I'm Rex Wood, and we're from Glenwood, southern Alberta. I have been a farmer all my life. We went into ostriches thinking we could consolidate. Instead of running around on 2,000 acres, I wanted to stay a little closer to home and compact the business. And it was a great idea. Ostriches were wonderful. We bought our first pair of ostriches from Spokane, Washington, and paid about $30,000 for them. I had learned by now that ostriches live to be about 80 years old and produce for most of those years. We've had cattle and calves. One calf at $600 doesn't make a lot of sense in a year. When you can sell 65 ostriches, that was unusual. They say the average production from an ostrich pair is about 20. But even 20 birds, for $100 a piece, still beats a cow and a calf by a long ways. They do funny things. The old girls will run and then they'll put an arm in the air and spin around right in the middle of the pasture. And we used to count how many times they would spin. This one old female we watched come out, and she turned around 65 times in a circle, put one wing in the air and just spun around in a circle. And she kind of come out kind of dizzy. She put the other wing up and she spun the other way a little bit. But we laughed about that, and it seemed like we were always chuckling about the ostrich. Everything about them is worth money. The eggs, we sold eggs, even empty egg shells we sold for $25 a piece. They paint very well and they carve. We've got a lamp made out of one that our daughter carved on. I've got pictures on others that people painted on. The ostrich skin grows not like cowhide. Cowhide, you can actually split a cowhide. You can do a little cutting and actually shred it or pull it apart. You cannot do that with ostrich skin. Ostrich skin grows like a piece of plywood. Different seasons and different times of the year, the grain crosses one another, and so it's very light but very, very tough. We loved ostrich. They were fun to watch. They were fun to work with. They're easy to work with. I wondered when I first had them how to handle them. I knew I couldn't rope them because I could see an ostrich running around on the end of a lariat. I soon learned that because of their build, their neck structure, their skin on the back of their neck is very bulky. And that's something too, when they feel like it, they blow up their neck and they kind of hoot like a dadgum owl. And they hoo, hoo, hoo. And their neck blows up as big as a stovepipe. Anyway, that loose skin makes a great handle. When they come to pick at you, you can grab their beak, or you can grab the skin on the back of their neck and actually lead them around. You grab that, and you want to get going before they get their feet set. But I've taken them from one shed to another, out across the prairie, into the horse trailer, and they're fun to move. Fun to watch. I asked the vet to come out one time to blood test. We were selling birds to Australia, and we had to blood test them. He said, "Rex, how are we going to do this?" And I said, "You just bring your stuff." I said, "I'll have them ready when you get here." When he arrived, we had bought, I think, 40 or 50 pullover sweaters from Salvation Army in Lethbridge and cut the arms out. And you pull this arm inside out over your arm, and then you grab the ostrich by the beak and slide that thing over his head. And when the vet arrived, we probably had 80 birds in one big barn wandering around, bumping into one another. They looked like the Ku Klux Klan, but they were very easy to handle. The vet was so surprised. He said, "Well, this is easy." We just grabbed a wing and he poked and got his blood sample, and all there was to it. We love them. They're great.